let's head over to the toy store.
Ooh, man, that was terrible. I'll say words. Hey, Wanderers, and welcome back to the Wandering Gamer Network Plays Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm Zach.
And I'm Mandy.
And we are in Toy Story. Did we talk about Toy Story like at all?
I don't think so. I think we literally just got through the cutscene. We're at a new recording surprise. So, I'm trying to remember what we talked about last time.
Well, have you seen the trailer for Toy Story 4?
I have. You know what? I actually think that's come out like recently, since between the last episode and recording it now.
So I'm kind of upset because it looks good, but I also just don't want them to make another Toy Story.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking the exact same thing. It's almost like I wish... Okay, this is going to sound really silly, but I feel like this is the world we're in terms of how movies are made now.
Do you like how I get literal guns, by the way?
I do. It feels like the Toy Story trilogy was perfect, and what they should have done is made a movie in the Toy Story universe. Because I feel like the movie that they're making, like the reason that it's Toy Story is like, really, I think the only thing that makes it actually Toy Story is you've got Bonnie back. So obviously you've got all the toys with her. And then they see Bo Peep again, which is really the only thing I think would be taken out of, like, would have to be taken out of context for it to be a separate movie.
Right. I just don't understand, like, why, like, they needed another one. Like, there's no reason for it to be, like, Buzz and Woody.
Exactly.
Like, it just feels kind of shoehorned. It's like... Or, if they were going to make it about, like, Buzz and Woody and all that, why did they make a weird spoon thing?
Okay.
And I mean, like, it's...
You mean the spork?
Yeah, the spork. And it's cool, whatever. Like, I don't care about the plot. Like, that's what you want the plot to be.
Yeah.
But, like, why? Why do we need more characters? You did this with Toy Story 3, which they did a fine job. But they made, like, 15 new characters, and which of them still matter?
Well, and
maybe the Triceratops.
What I will say too is the trilogy follows just such a brilliant, like,
arc for Woody.
Well, arc for Andy.
Yeah.
Arc for Woody and arc for Andy, which is kind of one and the same in a sense. But, like, it ended so perfectly with the, like... You know, Toy Story grew up with us. He went off to college. He gave his toys to somebody who could play with them. Beautiful ending. Like, I just loved my parents hate Toy Story 3. It made them cry because it came out when I was going off to college.
Me too.
but I adored it. And I like the idea. I agree with you. I like the idea of Toy Story 4. But why don't they call it Toy Story and just, like, restart it with new characters?
Right, and they could tell different stories, but, like, we don't need it to be Buzz and Woody and Rex and don't get me wrong, I like those characters, but their story is done.
Well, and it's very much like it feels like Toy Story 4 feels like how Toy Story 2 could have been told.
Yeah.
Because it's another lost toy situation, which is really what Toy Story 2 was all about. Because they're all going to look for Woody. But it's like, instead of being stolen by a collector, now...
the toy just doesn't want to be a toy.
Yeah. Which could be a really fun thing to explore if it was with different characters.
Right, and it just feels like we've been here, and it also feels weirdly existential for, like, a kid's movie.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Toy Story's always kind of had. But, like, when you have a character that literally said in the trailer, "Why am I alive?" That feels a little dark for Toy Story, with, like, Buzz and Woody, you know, being more of, like, a buddy cop kind of thing.
Yeah, I like the idea because, like, kids do make a lot of stupid stuff that's like, well, this is a toy now, like, this is a block. But and so I like...
Man, this movie's going on forever. Sorry to interrupt, but, like...
Do what?
Yeah, especially because I don't need to watch it to understand what's going on. They need that thing. They need to fight things.
Why didn't we just cut to me being in it? Like, why do we need a whole scene of me jump? Whatever. Anyway, back to Toy Story.
Because it looks cool. But I like the idea of like, why am I a toy? Like, that's funny to me. I'm fine with that. But it didn't need to be Buzz and Woody. And also, it feels really weird because, like we've already said, Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 feels like a complete trilogy. But now Toy Story 4 is going to be the last one. Like, I don't think Tom Hanks wants to do another one of these.
I didn't think he wanted to do another one with this one.
I didn't think so either. But, like, it sounds like the way that Tom Hanks is talking about Toy Story 4 in all of the press stuff sounds like the way Chris Evans is talking about Endgame. You know what I mean? Where it's like, this is it for me. Like, I'm done.
Though I've heard rumors that Chris Evans might not be done.
Really?
I mean, you got to remember, you hear every rumor revolving around any of the Avengers all the time.
That's true.
I won't believe Robert Downey Jr. is done with Iron Man until he dies. I mean, like, cause like Chris Evans like is kind of doing other stuff, maybe.
I guess that's true. I don't know a whole lot of.
Robert Downey Jr. is like has that one Sherlock thing.
Oh yeah,
Which-
I forgot he did that.
Which isn't bad. I like them. I find them.
No,
enjoyable.
I thought they were good. I was trying to say great and good. I thought they were very good movies. They've kind of stopped making those though.
Well, because they wanted to make sure that, they wanted to make sure like the plot was perfect or whatever. Which, who cares? It's a goofy Sherlock Holmes movie.
I guess I kind of get because there's enough people that would probably read into. Well, the mystery wasn't set up right, and it has to be convincing.
Yeah, I don't know. I really liked them. I thought the mysteries were actually there. And I mean, people don't care about mysteries. Look at Sherlock, the TV show. Did you ever watch that?
I did. I watched a couple episodes.
They don't care about the mysteries in that. It's just random, like, it's really not good mysteries. Because it's just like, they tell you 5% of the mystery, and then at the last 2 seconds, they're like, oh, by the way, here's 15 other clues. Sherlock solved it.
It's nothing.
You know, it's kind of like they took out all the part where you can solve the mystery in the TV show, and we're like, well, we're smarter than you. You should be amazed that we put together the puzzle. It's like, you held back 90% of the pieces.
Okay, wait, we do need to talk about this though for a second. So first of all, Buzz is confused at why the guy wasn't just switched into battle mode. I'm guessing that means Buzz can just be switched into battle mode.
Well, remember he was in Toy Story 3.
That's how things work.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
In reality, you can't split worlds.
Okay, and they're splitting
This
worlds.
is ridiculous.
Well, this isn't really reality, Buzz.
It's like a computer simulation or something. I don't know.
I admit, it does sound just a little far-fetched. But
I'm annoyed about how dismissive Buzz is and how trusting Woody is. Like, they're both being ridiculous
Right?
for the
worse
character.
than evil emperors and protecting the galaxy?
And when has Woody been known for...
Wow, that was mean, Woody. All right.
But when has Woody been known for being the one who is reckless?
Yeah. Weird. They're just writing it to make it work at this point, which it clearly doesn't.
Okay, I was watching the intro trailer while we were just hanging out before this, and the writing for other games was, I wouldn't say great, but it was good. Like, there were emotional beats, and they didn't just exposit at you for 10 hours.
Tell it to that toy over there.
Really
That was
sold it.
very dramatic.
Sheriff, sir! Rex has just been dino-napped!
Oh my god.
What's that?
My men saw him get hauled up to the second floor, sir!
I do
And Ham and the Indians
really
are
like
ready.
the idea of toy stores now that are just they're just fighting. Cause
Well, Buzz,
All I can think is if somebody watches the security
We didn't
footage.
get very far before. We gotta take all
Like,
the
wait a
help we can
minute.
get.
I like how this is just taking me.
Don't worry.
We have been in. So we had one fight in there, and it's been 8 minutes.
Oh, we had 2 fights.
Well, I meant
we
like
fought in
I
the
forgot.
yard.
I forgot the timer earlier on. So I started the timer after the first fight. So it's been 8 minutes, and we had one fight that was maybe a minute of it.
Bad.
Oh my
Am I
goodness.
right, Buzz?
Okay, fine. We do need the extra help. But just so we're clear,
I do agree with you. It
I
is kind
remain
of funny that
skeptical
Buzz
about
is
this.
so
I'll work with you till we find our
untrustworthy
friends.
or trusting, untrusting, something.
Thanks for
Yeah, I don't know.
Donna.
Spoilers. I've played this ahead, and they just have this conversation like 15 movies throughout this.
Oh, good.
So I don't know. It's a little bit of a spoiler, but I mean, at this point, you guys should realize that we think this game exposits too much.
It's going to be rather tricky.
Too bad we're
Why?
not strapped to a rocket, huh?
Okay,
See,
why?
that was-
Why is that not just in? Why is that just not in gameplay?
I don't know.
Like, honestly, they should have cut this to right before that. They could have still said those dialogue trees as you're kind of running around. And then if you were getting lost, hey, why don't you try this?
Yeah.
It does feel, I agree with you, it does feel like they go on just like a couple sentences too long.
In every cutscene, though. It'd be one thing if it was like one cutscene, but it's all of them.
Yeah, because it really does cut down on gameplay.
Right, and I don't know. Maybe it's because the gameplay's only so-so at a certain point. Like, I mean, it's good gameplay, but there's only so much it can give you.
Yeah. And each one leads somewhere different.
Oh, of course it does.
We gotta have these winding routes.
Which you're clearly controlling very well.
I mean, I can speed it up, and I can flip around, which I keep accidentally doing. But yeah, I don't know. This game, I was talking with Caitlin, and like I'm having a good time playing this game with you, but I'm also like I can't say this is a good game. It's just way too cutscene heavy.
You know, it's funny. There's like a gamer mom group I'm a part of, and someone else is playing the game too, and said the exact same thing that we keep saying, just about the amount of movies and just how frustrating it is. That because she like only has an hour every night to play once she puts her kids to bed, and she's like, I'm getting nowhere.
Well, that's why it's so hard for me to want to play this game, because like, well, I can play for an hour, and that means I'm watching an hour, like half an hour of movie.
Yeah, well, and I haven't played obviously as many of the Kingdom Hearts games, but just thinking back to the first one, like there was definitely a lot more running around. And
Well, the first one they had like they had like text boxes at certain points, whereas like if you talk to someone, instead of like everything having to be a cutscene.
yeah, you know what, now that you say that, I do.
And I'm not saying that was perfect, and that having them talk is a bad idea necessarily.
No, but you could choose instead of having to sit there and wait through a cutscene. I think that makes enough of a difference.
Oops. Hey, I'm on a rocket.
Whoa.
Well, that was fun.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just like disappointed. Going back to movies,
Yes.
I'm like just disappointed like how like no one's doing anything original. And by that I mean it's just like everything has to be a cinematic universe nowadays, or like the umpteenth sequel.
Yeah, it does. Whoa. That was not a green dinosaur. You cannot confuse that for Rex.
You sure you saw him?
Yes. He just
Woody, you please,
See, like, why do we need to? Shh! Do you guys hear something?
right? I do like that. That shot was really good though. With the dinosaur boxes.
Something feels wrong.
Like, the thing is, it looks pretty. It's just like so long.
Yeah. Sorry, you're stuck.
Another toy's being controlled.
Oh, Buzz is worried.
You sure?
If it wanted to play nice, then it should have stayed away from my.
Why did he hesitate then, though? If that's his like mantra, like
They don't know these characters.
I don't. Toy Story has a special place in my heart, and if they're gonna like introduce new stuff, at least do it right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I am missing everything. But yeah, there's just so many cutscenes.
Yeah. Okay. So now that cutscene's over, I mean,
Don't worry, there's probably another one right at the end of this.
right. No, I totally agree with you. It like I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, yes, I'm a Marvel fangirl. I'm happily okay with saying that, but I think that the way they did it, while excessive, was the right way to do it to set up the actual, like,
Right.
the stories they actually wanted to tell, which I feel like was Infinity War and Endgame.
For now.
For now.
And I agree. Like, the thing is, like, I like Marvel better than DC in general. So, like, say what you will. Like, I am biased, and I will acknowledge that. But I think Marvel did it right, where they weren't, like, they went in making good movies. And granted, they were the same movie, but they went in making good movies, and then after that, they happened to make a cinematic universe.
Well, and I would even say generally for comic books, it makes sense to have a cinematic universe. And the reason I say that is because especially if you want to tell a story like Justice League or Infinity War, the amount of characters and backstory you have to tell, I feel like is enough to
Right, if you want all...
enough
How
for it to
did
be
he get up
appropriate.
there? What?
They just threw him up there. It's enough. There's enough there for that to be appropriate. Whoa, more Heartless. Oh, okay. We don't even get to fight that one. But like you heard that Universal wanted to do a dark universe, and
Oh,
it was
yeah.
going to be like all their old monsters.
But like, you could do it, but I did not see the Mummy, so I cannot say if like I personally watched it. So I can't like. But the whole point of the Mummy was they were just trying to shoehorn in like the dark universe instead of making a Mummy movie.
Yeah, and that to me is the bigger issue. Is like you have to make a good movie first. It's the big reason why. What we were talking to you guys about this weekend, which is that the Fantastic Beasts 2 movie is so bad. It's fantastic.
So bad.
Yeah, the second one is just trying to set up things for the rest of them, because you can tell the first movie they assumed they didn't know if it was going to be okay, if it was going to bomb or do well, so they made a complete story, and then in like the first 10 minutes of part 2 they retcon half the stuff that happens, and it's ridiculous.
Well, like, they retcon like almost everything important that happens, with the exception of Newt finding the Arizona Phoenix.
Yeah,
Or whatever, if that was called.
I
haven't seen any of the movies
think it's
disclosure.
a Thunderbird. I think that's it looks like a phoenix, but
Okay. Well, I want to rant about Fantastic Beasts and just in general, like plot points from someone who has not seen the movie. But we'll wait till next episode.
No, that sounds good to me.
Because like I have 20 minutes worth of rant in me.
I could probably easily make 20 minutes. We just got to get through. Yet another cutscene.
That's the thing, is like we're just like not even paying attention to the cutscenes because we have so many of
Well,
them.
they're not talking about anything.
Yeah, I've watched them. They aren't. That's the thing, is I want to love you game. I really do.
I do like that little flying dinosaur thing.
We're in the Bugs and Beasts shop. Also, I like the shameless Final Fantasy placement. This is a Final Fantasy game called Dissidia.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, if you, let me see if I can get See where
Yeah.
it says Final Fantasy underneath it? Like,
Oh.
so shameless. So shameless. Like, what the heck?
I'm confused which store. Like, I know it's like what, the Bugs and Beast store, Beast and Bugs, but I'm confused. What? Is this all a toy store? And this is just like.
I think it's just like the sections.
Oh,
Like,
okay, that makes sense then.
still.
Because I was thinking, are they trying? Like, it kind of looks like, if you look at some of the areas, it looks like like the D&D area that has all of the like miniatures.
Yeah. It feels kind of Games Workshop-y. Have you ever been in one of those?
Oh, you know what? I can totally see that. Oh, some worker left their lunch.
Now it's my lunch.
Thanks.
But yeah, so, these toy stores don't exist anymore, though, because, millennials killed them, when we decided to not go to Toys R Us, we killed the industry. It's not bad business practices
Right.
in a changing economic climate now.
I mean, I will say there is something sad about losing more specialized stores to things like Target. But at the same time, like, you gotta learn to compete with Target then. Like,
And I understand Amazon's hard to compete with, but for stores that I care about going to, I go to them.
exactly.
There's I'm really into tabletop board games. So I found.
Are you?
They don't know that. I have an entire shelving unit that I built. I built a board game table. So many games. I think with expansions, and some expansions are one card expansion. So take that in mind. But I have something like 130 games and expansions. Where am I going in here? I don't even know.
I don't know.
I
anymore
play
either.
this game ahead of time so I don't do this.
Are you trying to leave?
I thought I had to find something in here. I thought it said. What's my proceed through the vents.
Oh, you gotta find the vent.
Where's the open vent? Do you see an open?
I'm looking.
I thought it would've
Maybe
been-
we should have been paying a little bit more attention. Oh, is it that
over here looks suspicious. But
like
no,
like up that way? No.
I don't know. We'll find it eventually. We can keep talking about Toys R Us not competing with it. But I found a board game store that I wanted to attend or not attend. Weird word for that. But I found a board game store to frequent and give my money to, so I wasn't just giving it to Amazon. And if it's slightly more expensive, I still go to the board game store because of the people there. And I'm not gonna personally, I'm not gonna I will miss Toys R Us, but I stopped going into Toys R Us because they stopped having toys that I even cared about.
Yeah, and I think sorry, the one that I'll miss is Babies R Us. And that's because there's a couple things that I am kind of I don't really want to buy this online unless I see it in person first. So we were totally gonna have a baby registry at a real store when we were setting that up.
How did I miss this?
Oh, not that it mattered because nobody got us anything off the registry. But we went to places first to be okay, we like how this stroller feels.
Right. I think there are reasons for physical stores and stuff, but in you have to stay relevant though.
Exactly. And I couldn't tell you how to stay relevant, but there are some stores that are definitely doing it.
And there are some that are not. And the audacity is they blame us for killing it and try to make us feel bad
Oh my gosh,
for not going there. And I'm well, if you had something I wanted, I would have gone there.
right. That's
Because remember, my hobbies are Disney and spending money. So
both of us.
yeah, we should probably tell that story on here some point now. But that's why Kingdom Hearts is great. I just wish they had like microtransactions, because then I could get both at once. We could fit in both of our hobbies.
Oh, perfect.
I think this is probably a good place to stop this episode, though.
Sure, I'm down with that.
So until next time, everyone, keep wandering.
Bye.
Hello, Wanderers, and thanks for listening to this episode of the Wandering Gamer Network Plays Kingdom Hearts 3. We hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to hear more content from the Wandering Gamer Network, check out the link in the description below. We have several actual play podcasts, including D&D 5th Edition and City of Mist. Until next time, keep wandering.
I am super excited.
I'll wait till
This is my favorite Instagram picture.
the one that happens in a literal dream.
The one that's how did they get this picture?
Because in a freaking dream.
Who took it?
Ugh.
Do you have
I like-
Instagram in your dreams?
I like the Riku one where it's almost like someone wanted me to come back here. I'm like, oh my gosh, why did we need it feels.
Oh, is that the one where we think Mickey took it?
Yeah. It's like, Mickey, I'm gonna pout for a second, take a picture.
I got a brood.
That one's the most funny because it's the most Instagrammy one to me.
Yeah.
This one's how did this happen? Because it was a dream sequence, but that one's just I'm edgy.
That one's clearly you had to ask somebody to take this picture while you were posing.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, let's do this.